What's up, YouTube? So today we'll be putting chains on my 1984 John Deere garden tractor, or GT. This is a 317. You can see I run a blade on the front. I have a tiller for the back, and I haven't invested in a set of wheel weights yet. And with the turf wheels, they have a tendency to spin anytime you get in any kind of traction limited situation. So I bought these chains from a company called the Rop Shop. Got them on Amazon. You can also get them directly from their website. Anytime you want to put chains, especially on an unusual vehicle, or a tractor or some other piece of equipment, you want to look and see what the tire size is first. In this case, it's a 23 by 10.5 by 12, which means it's 23 inches tall, it's 10.5 inches wide, and it's 12 inches in rim diameter. And they'll be listed right on the website that you're buying it from, or go into tire shop or whatever. You should be able to order chains or buy chains for something like this. They're commonly available. The type of chains I got are the every other link style. So I go over here where I already installed the set, and you can see it clearly. So it's every other link. So it has a cross chain, the link chain, and then another cross chain. So you have twice as many as the style that has every fourth or third chain. You know, for something like this, it makes sense to have as much traction as possible. I mean, that's the whole point of doing this. If you're on the road, you know, maybe every fourth link or something like that for ice or something, makes sense. But not for a tractor. So the first thing you want to do is get yourself some tools. They make little chain tensioners and things like that. I just use a pair of vice grips, needle nose, and just a regular shorty style. I also got these spring tensioners. They sell the rubber ones, and they work just fine for short-term use. If you're going to leave the chains on, like I intend to in this case, until the part clears up anyway. They tend to be a little bit more durable. They don't get faded by the sun. So you'll notice the chains are crimped on. And so what you want to do is have this on the outside. Typically speaking, at least that's the way I've always done it and seen it done. Drape the chain over top of the tire. Get it as centered as possible, which can be really difficult to do. You know. A lot of times the chains can twist, and this link gets all bound up. Well, yeah, see, I've got these on backwards. You've got this cam tensioner on one side of the chain and this hook on the other. So you want to have cam tensioner on the outside. Otherwise it makes it really, really difficult to get it all hooked up. I'm going to drape it across there, get it all set up. Make sure all the links are all untwisted. They tend to get a little twisted in there, and that'll make it, if the links are twisted, it effectively shortens the chain, and it'll make it downright impossible to get the chain tensioned up properly. All right, looks pretty good. The next thing you want to do is lay down and reach underneath and grab this hook on the inside. Again, you want to make sure it's not twisted or anything. And you're going to hook the two ends together. So that's kind of what that looks like. See how the hook fastens. The hook fastens the two ends together. I want to make sure the hook's turned to the outside as much as possible. That's going to be what it looks like for now. You notice, you got the hook on the inside, you got the chain draped, but can't quite make it work. I could probably stretch it a little bit to make it hook in there. What I like to do is roll the tractor forward just a little bit, so then you're only working on one side, you're not working across the tread of the wheel where it contacts the ground. So that's what I'm going to do now, is roll the tractor, start the tractor, roll it forward a few feet. All right, let's see what we got here, where we got it across the bottom there. Here's where we grab our pliers, our screwdriver, and it can be a little difficult to get the links to cooperate. You very often have to pull everything across a couple of times and really just kind of wrestle with it to get it to have enough slack. It will fit. Sometimes it'll feel like it never is going to, but it will fit. You can see I can't hook it on there right now, and that's because this chain is blocking that cross-link chain. So you just shift it down with a screwdriver, hammer, or something. And it'll pop right in there, just like that. And so now the chain's fastened front and back, and you know, this chain set is sized, you probably could run without a chain tensioner, but you never really know when you're operating in mud and snow just what the conditions are going to be. So I like to add the chain tensioners. Again, you can get the rubber style and they work fine. I prefer the spring style. You know, they don't get faded in the sun. So I like to go diametrically opposed. You know, in the end it doesn't really matter too much where you hook them up, as long as they're across at least somewhat from each other. And it gets nice and tight that way. So even if the tire spins in the mud, and that's primarily, at least in western Washington where we are, you know what you're dealing with. You're trying to push something or do grading or whatever, and with these turf tires, they just spin and spin and spin. You can't get any traction. Even if your tires are ballasted, you know, you have to go to the industrial style tread, which I just haven't invested in yet. Got these chains, works as well or almost as well as the industrial tire. Anyway, that's about it. We're hooked up, ready for service.